Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe, and you're checking out Weekend at Gabe's, and thanks for checking out this latest episode. While you're here, also follow us on these social medias at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and also at The Real Sam Crane. Thanks for checking us out.
All right, all right, you're checking out Weekend at Games with Weekend Gabe, the real Sam Crane. I'm Weekend Gabe. Give us a follow across all these social media platforms right on the beneath your screen or beneath us on the bottom of the screen. Weekend Gabe, Weekend at Gabe's, and the real Sam Crane. Trust me, your social media experience will improve by at least 15.5%.
That's science, America. That's science.
And we follow the science, so follow us. All right, as part of our DJ Week, our first guest this week is a Columbia College student right now. So where's my air horns? There you go.
I was waiting. Oh yeah, you wanted an air horn every Columbia College. I was waiting for you to announce the name, and then I was gonna go crazy. Now keep going. We're good.
Listen, he's not alumni yet, but he's out there. He's working. So
he's working on it. Yeah.
Always represent for the Triple C. It is a pleasure to introduce DJ Drip onto the show tonight here on Weekend at Gabe's. Good evening, sir.
What's going on?
Listen, all we do is show love to Columbia College students and alumni on this show because.
Oh, hold on, Gabe. I got to give you another air horn for Columbia one time.
There you go.
Gabe gave me very specific instructions. Is that if Columbia is mentioned, I'm supposed to air horn. So okay. do with that information as you will.
All right.
I still owe them a little bit of money, but they've been nothing but absolutely absolutely nice to me. So I can't say anything bad about Columbia. But anyways, thank you for jumping on with us, DJ Drip. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me. You know what I'm saying? I was looking forward to it. I haven't heard you guys until I got the follow, but I like what you guys are doing the first 10 minutes. I like the energy. I like what you guys are bringing to the table, and I like it, man.
Listen, we love critique, so keep bringing it to us. Hopefully, after the show, you'll walk away with a smile and a laugh, which is our goal. So as we mentioned at the top, you're right now you're a student studying majoring in business at Columbia College, but you also have this side hustle that you're now trying to bridge together with the business side of things to maximize your exposure, your potential, monetization, all these greatest things. And you're also known as the Midwest's youngest and hottest DJ. Let's talk about it. Tell us growing up in Indiana, that first experience when someone said, yo, I need you to DJ my party this weekend. What do you got? Because at the time you didn't have much.
No, I didn't have much at all. So it was actually my best friend to this day still. So his birthday party was coming up. We were like 15 years old. And he was like, man, I want to throw a party for my birthday. And I was like, cool. I was new to this school. I really didn't know anyone. I went to Bishop Noel Institute. I really didn't know anyone. So I was like, all right, a party. I'll get to, meet more of my classmates. Maybe find some more friends, meet some girls, play some music. Cool. And days went on and he was like, man, I don't got nothing for no music. And I was like, cool, I got some speakers at home. Speakers were like this big. I got them for Christmas. They were like, you could put a CD in them. That's, They were that basic. They were that basic. And I had an aux cord in my phone. I had an Android at the time, whatever. And he was like, okay, cool, that's going to work. And I had a decent playlist. And so I set up at his house. And it was downstairs in his basement. And his mom had a desktop computer downstairs. I was like, let's just connect the computer to the speakers so I could keep my phone. And we did that. I opened up 2 YouTube tabs, and I just went back and forth all night with the music. And it was a really good turnout. I mean, it lasted all night. People were on their feet all night. And it just gave me a good feeling, a feeling I really never had. You know what I mean? It was just a great feeling. And I was like, I like this. And at that same party, one of my classmates was like, hey, I'm going to have a birthday party. Would you want to DJ? And that was the first time I really even heard myself associated with the word DJ. And I was like, why not? But I had no laptop. I had no experience. I just had a good playlist. And she was like, I'll let you borrow my laptop and you could just put music on it for the next 2 weeks until the party. And I was like, okay. So she let me borrow this laptop. So here I am downloading all this music. And I was like, well, I got the laptop. I might as well just download a DJ program, a free DJ program.
Right.
So I did it, and I just took advantage of the 2 weeks that she gave me with her laptop, and I was just messing around with it, and I just really got into it. I'm learning little things, and I was like, this might work. This can be something that can work for me. You know what I mean? So
sure.
I DJ'd that party, and it was the same turnout. You know what I mean? It was good vibes. It was people on their feet, and from there it just kind of I just stuck with it. You know what I mean?
I think you know, the best DJs and the most innovative DJs I know all have that two YouTube tabs story going on. So I appreciate that angle. But I want to go back to something you said when you first went to that first party. Like, yo, let's make some music. Let's maybe meet some girls, man. Every time I see you, I don't know if you're still doing Baddie Brunch, but you were doing Baddie Brunch for a while. You got women, man. Like, you have achieved the goal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What was that? You know, like, was that just off the strength of parties? Like, how did you get involved with Baddie Brunch?
So my manager now, Dre Wicked, he had messaged me on Instagram, and he invited me to come spin at one of his Saturday night events, and so I went. It's a crazy story, actually. You know what I mean? Dre Wicked, he's this bigger DJ. He's done all these things. You know what I mean? I was following him on Instagram for a while, and he had hit me, and I was like, man, I gotta hit it. I gotta hit it hard. You know what I mean? I gotta do my thing for him. So he brings me back out. You know what I mean? He has all these things going on, and I really want to be a part of it. I just want to give him a good first impression. So I go to the club. I set up. You know what I mean? It's my turn to DJ, and I'm about to DJ, and my laptop's on like 10%. So I reach in my bag. I go grab my charger to plug it in, and my charger's missing. So I'm like, oh, like, this 10% is going to last me 7-8 minutes. Right. So I just had to tell him, I was like, yo, like, I don't have a charger, and my laptop's about to die. He was like, all right. So he had to hop back on. So in my mind, I'm like, man, like, just blew my chance. You know what I mean? I was like, man, like, he's going to think I'm unprepared, unprofessional, like, not ready to go. So he hops back on after like 10 minutes of me DJing, and my friend's in the crowd, and I'm just bummed. And he's, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, I forgot my charger at the house. I'm supposed to be DJing right now. And he's like, I got a charger in the car, one of my friends. And I was like, you got a laptop charger for this MacBook? And he's like, yeah, like, I'm gonna go get it right now. Goes outside, goes to get it, comes back, plugs it in. I continue to DJ, kill it, right? It's a really good night, kill the set. You know what I mean? I go home, go to sleep, wake up the next morning. It's Sunday morning. He calls me, gives me a call. He's like, hey, man, you did really good last night. You know what I mean? I like what you brought to the table. He's like, do you want to DJ Baddie Brunch? And I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? Just send me a date. Send me whenever you want me to come through, and I'll be there. He was like, no, I mean right now. And I was like, right now? Like, I'm still in bed. And he's like, yeah, right now. Like, if you can come right now, like, that'd be great. So I'm like, all right, man, I'm on the way. So I hop in the shower real quick, man. I just, you know what I mean, get ready. I Uber there, and that was my first Baddie Brunch the day after, and I held it down like the first hour, and he came through, and that was my first Baddie Brunch, and he just kept giving me work, giving me events, and just kept, you know what I mean, just stood consistent with the events with me, and we just built a bond, and then now he's my manager. So just off the strength of that.
I think that's a great lesson for anyone who's trying to get into media or trying to really build themselves up. First off, don't say no to anything. But then also, I think this was more of a test to see if you would do it and to see if you would come through, and you did, and that opened up new doors and opportunities. And I think that obviously no one wants to hear for the exposure story. But you have to really gauge and, you know, weigh what is worth getting out of bed for, and I think that you made the right choice for this.
Yeah, for sure. It was a crazy story how it just went down and how it all played out and just worked out. But that's just how things go sometimes.
What was the moment for you? So you're after. Let's circle back for a second. So you do this house party. It goes well with one of your friends, and then you start to begin to dabble into DJ programs. What really was the defining moment for you that gave you the confidence to say, because putting your DJ on front of your name or walking with that title, that's a lot of expectations, right? So when did you feel like you're like, I've earned this moment to say that I can do this work?
Right.
Not only that, but the name as well. DJ Drip, it carries a certain amount of weight. So Gabe's question, but also how'd you choose the name?
Okay, so putting the DJ, establishing myself as a DJ really was a lot. It was one night I was really like thinking, I was like, are you really a DJ? I asked myself that, like, are you a DJ? And what makes you a DJ? And I couldn't even answer the question. So at that point, I'm like, I need to put the work in. I need to really show people what a DJ does, who they are, what they bring to the table. You know what I mean? So from that point, when I couldn't answer that question, it was just me practicing, me posting videos of me mixing, me critiquing myself, me reaching out to other people, not getting messages back. I knew I wasn't a DJ when I wasn't getting messages back. You know what I mean? They were just like, "Oh, this kid's trying to be a DJ." You know what I mean? So I'm just getting the regular messages. Keep practicing. Make your connections, network, this and that. But I really established myself as a DJ, I would say, when I was really about 16 years old, when I had enough experience doing house parties, doing little private events for like baby showers. And
Sure.
I started DJing my track meets in high school, just anything I could do for people to see that I'm taking this serious. So once people started saying that, then I started calling myself a DJ. But it really took me a while for me to do that. I didn't just want to say I'm a DJ, and I really wasn't a DJ. Because if you tell another DJ you're a DJ, and he goes and looks at you, or he comes to hear you, or he comes to one of your parties and sees what you do, and you're not at the DJ standard, you're not doing what a DJ does, you're not really a DJ.
Yeah.
So I was making sure that I was constantly getting booked, staying consistent with the bookings. I was sounding like a DJ. I was playing versatile music, and I was talking on the mic, and I had professional speakers with speaker stands and lights and a real DJ program, and you know what I mean, actually focusing on what I'm doing, not just in the party playing music, just let the song play out fully, then play the next song, and then mixing the music. So everything that makes a DJ, I had to make sure that that's what I was doing first before I established myself as a DJ.
Right.
Because I just didn't want to come across someone and tell them, oh yeah, I'm a DJ, and they're like, oh, where do you DJ at? What do you do? And I'm kind of lost for words, like you know what I mean? So I had that down pat before I started calling myself a DJ and establishing myself as one.
Yeah.
The name DJ Drip, that came from, I really had a corny name. I had a corny name when I first started. It was DJ Blackout. I always used to wear black, which I still do. I always wear all black. a lot of my pictures on my Instagram I'm wearing all black.
Yeah, I was like, we used the black and white joint for the flyer. I'm pretty sure you was wearing all black.
Black and white. But I was just like, man, like if I'm gonna be a DJ and I'm gonna do this for a long time, my name has to have longevity. It can't be corny. It can't be something too long, too short, something that makes me look or sound corny. I need something that sticks, that's catchy, that's trendy. And at the time, drip wasn't even a term that was being used crazy and heavily as it is now. It was just starting to get there. So Famous Dex, he's a rapper from Chicago. He had a song "Drip from My Walk," and it was at its peak at the time. It was at its peak, and I was like, I'm just gonna call myself DJ. You know what I mean? I kind of dressed nice. I felt like I had the drip, so I was like, why not? You know what I mean? I'm looking on Instagram like DJ Drip. There's nothing. Looking on Facebook, looking on YouTube, just typing it in. Looking on Google, and nothing was popping up. So I was like, I'm gonna run with it. Like, cool. Like, let's do it. And I kind of just stuck with it, and it worked out for me. It worked out. Then I'd say maybe a year and a half later, that's when the term really got put to use. Like as far as hip hop culture and just youth, just being used throughout it all. So yeah, that's how that came about.
You talked a little bit about how you critique yourself to get better. I don't know what that looks like. What does that look like for you? Like being hard on yourself as a DJ? Is it more so like I'm not talking on the mic enough? Is it these aren't mixing right? These aren't the playlists I need? Where are you most critical about yourself?
Everywhere. So even to this day, even when I go out and DJ, I'll critique myself and I'll just be like, I'll tell myself when I had a bad set. I'll tell myself, when I don't mix certain things properly, I'll tell myself when I chose the wrong selection of a few tracks for wherever I'm DJing at. Just things like that. It's right from wrong. The more you do it, right from wrong. So it's like, okay, this is what you're not supposed to do, and you're doing it. But you gotta go home. You gotta do it 50 times, so that way when you go back to the club the next week, you got it. You know what I mean? And so me critiquing myself, I can critique myself on the spot and just know that was a bad blend. You could have said this on the mic instead of this, or you could have played this song before that song and put this song right after that one. Just little things like that. Or I'll listen to other DJs and they could be doing their thing and I can be critiquing myself off of them.
Right.
Like, he's doing this. How can I do it better? Or how can I do that but in my own way?
Yeah.
So things like that. Just picking up things as I go.
And is that in general the best way to prepare for a show for you? Is sort of analyze the last set, what was working, what was the sequence, and then getting those critiques in before you go back on stage and mix it again?
Right. So usually before I DJ, when I do DJ, it's all freestyle. I have crates. They're called crates, which are like I have one big music library, right? So all my songs, everything there, and then I have crates on the side. So it can be a hip hop crate, an R&B crate, today's hits crate, a 90s crate, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. So I usually go on my crates and I have the music that I play, and sometimes I play them in different orders. Sometimes I'll play them from top to bottom and mix them in. Sometimes I'll go from bottom to top or just mix them all. So it's really just thinking about last week, the last set, what I did wrong before then, or what I did right, and do it again, or try to do what I did last week and messed up and try to do it right this time. So it's always different. It's always different. It depends on the crowd in front of me, the energy they're giving off, my energy. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can be tired. I can be having a bad day. I could be having the best day of my life. It's a lot that goes into a DJ set, more than you would think. It's emotions, it's feelings, it's energy, it's the people in front of you, it's the place you're at, it's the weather. If it's extremely hot outside, you're outside DJing outside. You're in a club and it's extremely cold, or you're in a house party and you're dripping sweat. It's everything that goes into it. So
Absolutely.
So you're now, I think you have some 30,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
That became something you just started this year, and putting together these small little micro size clips of your mixing, and that became something that became like almost a supplemental version of what you do or what people see and if they come out to see you. And you and the reader, you said, like, I wish I've done this years ago. Well, what about putting together those videos? I know you kind of slowed down recently, but putting those videos together, what does it mean to do that? And what are you hoping that when people watch it, that they're coming away with?
Really just, I want them to be like, I just want to be known as a good DJ, because there's a lot of DJs who have thousands and millions of followers, but it's just because they market themselves right. They can't mix. You put them in front of turntables without the computer, they can't really DJ. They're just good at marketing themselves. They look, they're playing, they know the right people. So me being on TikTok, being able to mix 4 songs in 1 minute and do it and make it all flowing once, you know what I mean? To get a reaction out of people like, he's actually a good DJ. That's what I wanted to be known as, a good DJ, and that I can mix songs in under a minute and you catch on and want to come back for the next video, or you want to request a video. So that's really what it was for me. And I wish I wanted to slow down. I really haven't even posted since March. March 12th was the last time that I posted. I started in January. I started like January 20 something, and I stopped March 12th. And in between that, I had 30,000 followers. So just about 2 months. So thinking like March, April, May, June, July, August, I would be at a lot of followers right now if I didn't stop. But at the time, I stopped doing my TikToks, was just the time that I started DJing all the time with my manager, the events he was giving me. So I'm going from DJing.
And it should be noted that you turned 21 recently, right?
Yeah,
that opens a lot of doors for you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm DJing Friday and Saturday night, you know what I mean? A house party, a hall party, whatever it is, in January and February. And I meet my manager, who's my manager now, and he got me DJing Thursday. He got me DJing twice on Friday. He got me DJing 3 times on Saturday, and he got me DJing 3 times on Sunday. Mind you, and I'm still in school, right? So I have to do
Right.
I have to do all this work, and then I have to go and DJ. I still have to sleep. I have to go shopping, so I have more clothes to wear when I go out and DJ. I have to see my family. I gotta go grocery shopping. I just have to make time for my friends. So it's like now it became a time management thing.
Right.
Now I'm tired. Now I'm DJing so much I don't even want to make TikToks. it's like I wish I wouldn't have stopped, and I really want to get back into it. And I always tell myself that I am, but it's just like I always have something going on now. And like you said, turning 21 was crazy. I turned 21, and it just the snowball just kept rolling.
Yeah.
And,
you talked a little bit about sort of house parties, but also the clubs that you're doing now. It's really a 2-part question, but is there a preference between the two? I think I saw a post the other day that you were maybe done with house parties moving forward.
Yeah. So I've been done with house parties for about a year now. Word. I did my last house party about a year ago to the date. I think I did one just for a friend in January or in February, one of the two. But that was just, a good friend of mine. Okay, I'll do it. But now, so I'm really trying to leave what we call the underground scene of Chicago.
Right.
Which is, the warehouse parties that are just thrown by, a party promoter who's, young like me, under the radar parties, kids come in and bring your own whatever, just off the wall, loud sound system. So, I don't want to be 22 DJing where kids 17, 18, 19 years old are going to be, it's just, I've had my time. I've had my time doing that, and it's time for me to move on. I want to take myself to the next level.
Yeah.
Being in the clubs, traveling, corporate events, private events, just more organized, well-established events. So,
yeah. And then is there a venue somewhere like that you would really like to play? And I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical space, because like I think of boiler room sets, I guess they go sort of like everywhere. Is there would there be like a crowning jewel for you, like maybe doing Vegas or Dubai or something crazy?
All of it. Just I want to travel the world and just music festivals, the biggest clubs, just everywhere. I want to be everywhere. LA, Texas, Florida, New York, wherever it is, all opportunity. I want it all. I want it all.
Word.
I want it all. There's no specific like that's what I want to do, and then I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm satisfied. I want to do it all.
So you're not gonna live in Mercedes-Benz Stadium and trap that thing out for?
if I get the chance to, I definitely would. I definitely would.
Word.
Before we let you go, what is the most wow I've made it, I've arrived moment? Do you have like an experience of just being sort of just trapped in the moment of awe?
It was actually on my 21st birthday. On my 21st birthday, I got the chance to open for Lil Durk, Coi Leray, and Pooh Shiesty.
Woo!
Yeah, which you could say right now are some of the top rappers, in the industry. So on my 21st birthday, I flew to Arizona. First time in Arizona. It was an outdoor concert. And it was like 15,000 people. I've never been in front of that many people. So it was crazy. It was this huge stage, just a whole bunch of people. It wasn't one of those early sets either. Sometimes they have the opening artist like hours before. It was pretty late. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that much longer until they came out. So I got to play a couple songs and talk on the mic and go on the stage and see the crowd and see videos. That was more of that moment for me. This is not only is it my birthday, it's my 21st birthday, but this is the biggest show I've ever played so far.
Yeah.
This was meant to be how it is right now. Like, this was meant to happen. And it was just, it was a good feeling just to know where I started from. Being 16, 15 years old to turning 21 and just being in front of all those people, like, the hard work to be paid.
Yeah. Absolutely. One last question before we go, and this is a quick one. I see you put on a lot of your posts, "My Life a Movie." I'm curious, which movie?
My movie, man. My movie. It's my movie. It's my movie. There's no movie I've watched. It feels like I'm living in a movie, like something. You watch a movie and you think, you see all the special effects and people acting, but this is real life. This is my movie. This is real life. This is something you would only see in a movie. So,
Word.
Absolutely. DJ Drip, thank you so much for joining us here on DJ Week and on Weekend at Gabe's. You can check out the 4/4 mixtape that he just dropped back in May on his SoundCloud if you want a little piece of that, or follow him on these social medias or on TikTok and catch up if you're already behind. Thank you so much for giving us your time. And also, your ambiance in the back is super dope. So,
man, thank you.
Ours.
Man, thank you guys for having me.
All right, enjoy the rest of your evening. We appreciate it.
Man, thank you guys.
DJ Drip joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's for DJ Week. Man, that was dope. I'm really excited for. I love to see that these, I'm gonna say kids, but these young adults really putting the time in and investing, because oftentimes, the OGs and the dinosaurs, like, these kids don't do anything. They just lay around and play their video games. And here this kid is actually, like, he's been grinding since his 14, 15 years old, 5, 6 years later, and he's doing the biggest shows, hanging out with the biggest artists, and humble about it too.
Yeah.
Where he knows that he's at this stature, but he has so much more room to grow as an artist, and you have to appreciate that. I like that a lot.
No, absolutely. It's just that that hungry energy. Like even the last question, it is no movie could ever compare. Like that is. I've been following him for a few years now. Since we got on the show, he's always been my list of guests if we ever did DJs. And so to have him on was awesome. To hear him talk was even crazier. And I just wish the best for the kid, because, turning 21 at his level where he's at, he's going to be doing so much big stuff. And, I'm just proud of him. I see the growth.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe. Thanks for checking out this latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's. Click on any of the links swirling around my head, and also hit the subscribe button while you're here. Thanks for checking out us here on YouTube.